Welcome back, everyone. We are here at the 2019 Memorial Championships presented by Discraft. We are at the back nine of the first round. We have the feature card here of the Disc Golf Pro Tour at Fountain Hills. On this card, we have Paige Pierce, Jessica Weese, Lisa Fajkus, and Vanessa Van Dyken. I'm Sarah Hokom, and I have Miss Vanessa Van Dyken here in the studio with me, and we're calling the shots. Hopefully you got to watch the front nine and are at the edge of your seat to see what happens here on the back. Big shout out to all the sponsors, Discraft being the title sponsor, and then there's lots of other people involved. Also shout out to Keith, Ashley, Dan, and the spinners on the green for all their hard work putting on this event. So hole 10, 381, par 3. Most people are going to throw the righty hyzer out and around the blocker trees that are about halfway up the fairway, out into the open, and then they'll have a little bit of a tricky approach. As you can see, the green there is guarded. Paige on the tee first.
Ooh, that peach colored disc she throws is a Bio Defender. That thing is like her max D disc. It's amazing how far she
And
gets.
she gets almost all the way to the green.
Yeah, well, she would have if she didn't hit the tree.
Jess also opting for the backhand. Is that her Vulcan?
Yeah, that's her Vulcan. It just came out a little bit early. And I'm throwing that TI nuke again, and I made the exact same mistake. I was just kind of thinking about my footing because there's like a spot in the middle of your run-up where it's there's no traction. And I was just kind of thinking about my footing instead of the actual shot.
What a roll. Oh,
I know.
Gosh. Yeah, and if you flex it a little too far right, then there's an OB sidewalk that comes into play, which
Right.
I've seen people definitely get stuck in. That's a difficult putt from there. You've got a V tree that's blocking the basket from that angle. Beautiful approach.
Thank you.
You'll have a nice, easy putt there.
Yeah, it's not too big of a deal if you are hung up really by those trees because most of us can't make it up there for the two anyways, so big deal.
You can see those V trees make it's kind of like kind of fun putting a bit.
Yeah, it's
Maybe
always
something with your buddies and playing
Right.
some horse or something.
It's always interesting to see people hung up behind those trees, and you're like, are they gonna make an awesome putt right now?
There's definitely the potential. But I kind of prefer your method, just throw it out there, pitch it up there, and
Yeah.
just tap it in. A little tap, tap, tap it in. Just give it a little tappy tap. Tap, tap, tap-a-roo. Yeah, this was a tough hole for the ladies. There were 0 birds in the field today on this hole. But 3 of you escaped with an easy par. And that unfortunate early hit for Lisa on the green made that putt pretty impossible. Hole 11, 390 feet, par 3. You've got an OB street pretty far up there. And then on the left side, sloping towards the sidewalk, is OB. You've also got these interesting palm trees. There's a lot more slope on this green than it shows in this video, but those palm trees are guarding the basket and can wreak havoc to your putting.
Right. I mean, Paige had a perfect shot, went right by the basket, but just skipped far down, and it's in a really awkward position between those the basket and the palm trees.
Just with the sidearm, I really like this play because of the way the slope of
Right.
the green itself, and you don't have to kind of throw it up and flex it
Yeah.
up by the road. I think it takes a little bit of the distance out of it.
I kind of yanked mine over because I was just kind of rather wanting it to turn right and stay away from the OB. But a little bit too much.
Lisa with a pretty good shot.
Yeah, that's a nice play. You should just let it filter down the slope. This is a tricky approach because you kind of you want it to be a little short or a little far so you can have a putt.
Right, if you're right behind those palms, it's almost, it's an impossible putt. And just for,
Oh, so close.
just for 2. Yeah, man. I want somebody to play the bank off those palms.
Right.
Oh, Paige tried, but looks like she was way stretched out.
And all of us are stretching out. And even though that was a short putt, it was still tricky.
Mm-hmm. Easy threesy, lemon squeezy. It's a gettable hole, but it's certainly gotta have a good putt usually at it.
Yeah, it's a good hole. I mean, it's straightforward, but pretty difficult.
Katrina Allen is the only one on the in the field that got that birdie today.
Nice.
She's got a lot of practice out here in the Arizona
Yeah.
territory. Hole 12, 290 feet, par 3. It's a downhill. A lot of people are going to throw the righty hyzer, kind of maybe even a spike hyzer out the outside route. You can also go up the gut. There's almost 3 separate routes. You can also flex it up the left side a bit, backhand or sidearm at that left pine. A little bit tricky footing with the half circle rock part in the front, and then a relatively slick sidewalk, excuse me, in the back. Looks like Jess is also going with the backhand.
Yeah, I feel like as long as you kind of get over that little hump right there, it'll filter down to the basket pretty nicely.
Yeah.
And the fountain is going. Beautiful backdrop there, but not really liking the wind it creates.
That one came out a lot lower than the one. Yeah, there's Lisa throwing her little T-bird and almost filtered all the way.
So all 3 of you guys went inside that palm tree instead of outside the palm tree.
Yeah,
I might have to change my game plan.
Yeah.
I guess if there's a right to left wind, you could go
Yeah.
outside the palm.
I feel like the wind was kind of against that shot today. It wouldn't really let it like filter
Just for
down.
birdie. Oh, splash out. Sometimes those Mach X's are tough to penetrate. They really like to push out putts that aren't super
Center.
confident.
Yeah. It's funny, Paige always makes the harder comebacker putt.
Oh, yes, she's very tenacious.
Yeah, it's surprising that none of us had a birdie on this hole. I think it's one of the most easy.
It is
gettable
actually the
holes.
easiest hole
Yeah.
on the course. At least it played the easiest today. Quite a few birdies.
Sometimes those nerves will get you.
Yeah, I think most of the field has access to about half the course for birdie, and this is one of them, as well as the next hole. So a bunch of 3s, some missed opportunities there, but hey, no bogeys.
True.
You know, if you're getting 3s, it's not the worst day. Hole 13, another gettable birdie, par 3, 255 feet, uphill to a side hill, kind of sloped basket behind, slope area behind the basket. But the real trick is off the tee. You have this extremely low branch. A lot of people throw the low chop hyzer underneath it, like we just saw with Paige. Some people will go kind of in the middle. Did she hit the basket there?
I couldn't tell. It looked like
You know what? I'm pretty sure I heard her hit the basket from the next card. Jess also going with the low hyzer. I've seen some people go through that middle gap, and then you can always go left side as well
True.
with a sidearm.
I feel like the leaves have kind of grown in a little bit this year. I haven't seen so many people throw through the middle.
This basket used to be raised. I'm kind of surprised they don't have it raised again.
Yeah, I was surprised too. It seems like most of the raised baskets are at Vista this year.
Yeah, we're going to get to see that in round 3.
Yeah, that'll be exciting. Oh,
That's a slight slope.
I know. It's just
Paige capitalizing on the birdie.
oh, I like that slow-mo of Jess's. She has such an interesting Anheuser putt. I don't know how she does it.
Yeah, one of the rare ladies that Anheuser, but well, one of the rare people.
Yeah.
Like they're not most, not even very many men utilize that shot. Hole 14, 375 feet, par 3. It's got a downhill, water on the left. The basket is guarded by these olive trees with these low branches, and then you can also kind of get stuck behind that electrical box. And then you also have the road on the right. Doesn't really come into play. I would say that the water on the left is the most of the danger.
So that's a proto felon, so she's
Yeah, she throws hard. And a felon to boot. It's not even like a straight fairway. It's like an overstable fairway. I like Jess's play here, but she probably wanted to flex that just a little bit down the slope. But then you bring in the water. I mean, it's easy to flex it a little bit too far and end up in the drink.
Yeah, I kind of lost my traction. It was a little slippery up there, and it just kind of like came out on a big hyzer. OB.
Yeah, another one of those half circle, slick sidewalk, but then grippy, kind of like uneven rocks.
Yeah.
You know.
It's really awkward. I think Lisa kind of saw what happened to me and made sure to hang hers out wide.
Yeah, I'm actually running up. I'm like running up only on that half circle in order to play the hole because it's the sidewalk is so slippery. I'm hoping that someday we get a tee improvement.
Yeah, that would be lovely. It would save a lot of stress.
I've seen some people put down towels, like big beach towels as well. Nice open putt. Oh.
That was my bad. I had some bad thoughts going on.
And the mock X's are not forgiving.
Yep. If you're not confident, it's like, nope.
Oh, yeah.
Hole 14, we had a couple birdies on the field on other cards. Jen and Amy Bilodeau got the birdie there.
Nice.
Hole 15, 426 par 3, one of the bigger shots out here. It's very, very open. There's very little OB. You only really get some OB once you get a little bit closer to the basket on the left side, but typically it really doesn't come into play. So, off the tee, you're just going to throw a pure distance shot, and the meat of the hole is really on your approach to kind of a tricky green with those palms all around it.
So a Ballista Pro is a fairway driver?
I think it's distance driver.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You gotta turn it over, though.
Ooh,
Barely.
wow. Yeah, I don't think most of the players in the field can even get to the sidewalk from there. So, I mean, bummer, but man, that was far.
Yeah, it's like, can't really be mad. It's just like impressive.
I mean, I'm sure she's mad.
Yeah.
The rest of us are like, jaw drop. Lisa kind of hangs it out a little early, too. It's been a couple early releases.
Yeah, but, there wasn't enough on that for her to really worry about anything.
Yeah, still safe.
I'm throwing a Thrasher here. It's a really understable distance driver, but I kind of put a little bit too much angle on that.
And there's that mud area that I ended up in there, too.
It's great, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. So this approach is a bit tricky. You really want to be basically as close to the basket as possible, maybe moving from right to left up the slope a bit. It's really easy to go pretty far if you... Oh, gosh, what a terrible roll.
I know, I was like right there, but no.
If you go too far left, you end up having this kind of death putt. And then if you are not in the exact right position below the basket, then you're blocked by the palm trees.
Wow.
Wow.
It's another great save with a
Holy
death putt
cow.
too. Because if you miss that, you then have to worry about having a weird angle coming back through those palms.
Absolutely. Man, something lit a fire. That's got to be like a 70-footer. No?
Yeah,
50-footer?
least.
Oh, there you go. Snuck it in.
Yeah, at that point I was like, just get in there.
Yeah, go.
Go to your home.
Yeah, go home. Nice.
A bunch of pars, but all in very different manners. That was kind of par for the course today for the ladies, with 72% of the field getting the par here.
Oh, so there was a good amount of birdies.
Oh, no birdies.
Oh.
No birdies.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, no birdies today. I think it's birdieable by a few people out there. Hole 16, 327, double Mando from a tree on the right, and then that palm on the left that you just saw to a pyramid basket with a slight little elevation thing going on that can kind of cause some trouble. Pretty standard shot, standard backhand righty hyzer. Paige looks like she pulled that a little bit, right?
There's enough hyzer on it though.
Getting her to circle 2. Oh, circle 1?
Yeah. There's Jess with her wraith again.
That looked perfect.
Yeah. Nice skip.
And this side, it seems like this grass is pretty skippy.
Yeah, it's nice and short, so you can get some good ground play.
Lisa, did she miss the Mando?
Yeah, she
Oh,
did.
man.
She did.
So she'll go to the drop zone. I'm glad they put the drop zone in this year. In past years, you had to re-tee when you missed the Mando.
Oh, wow.
So that was a good choice, I think, by the tournament director to make that a little bit less penalizing.
Yeah, yeah. Nice up. Yeah, mine was like, I felt like I had a great shot, but it just came out a little bit lower than I wanted.
Really gettable hole on the ladies' side. Paige kind of hot and cold with the putter today.
Yeah, I feel like those baskets aren't too high, but it's enough to kind of make you
And then you do
overthink
have
it.
that slope on the left, too, that depending on what angle you're running it from. Oh, Lisa, a little bit of frustration there. Hopefully she can get that dialed in for the last 2 holes.
Yeah. I like her shirt there. It's really stylish. It's like 2 different sleeves.
Yeah, and that's her signature shirt, huh?
Oh, really?
I mean, I think that LF on the front is Lisa Fajkus by, is it Savage that does her apparel?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I think
Nice.
so. Hole 17, 468, par 3, another really big par 3 that very few women can get to, but Paige Pierce might get there. I've seen her do it.
She might.
We'll see there. It's basically a huge distance shot, and then you have another tricky approach to the palm trees, making sure you're on the good side and not overly blocked by them. It's also a slight down slope, so you have to play that slope. And again, another slick tee with the half moon, the half circle in the front.
I think that's her Hulk in there. She kind of just played it like just for a max distance shot with a nice angle on it.
Not too bad.
Is that Peach defender again?
I think so.
Yeah, she throws that thing so far.
Kind of had the Anton run up.
Yeah, yeah.
There, a little burnout.
Yeah.
Did she get on the other side of the sidewalk?
I don't.
Okay, she's safe.
I kind of tried to play the angles, but a little bit too much.
That's the safe play, though, right? Because on the left side, if you do the opposite miss, you could easily skip out of bounds,
True.
depending on the wind as well.
Yeah, the 2 that
I
are
like
in the
this
teams
line
are
that
on
Lisa
holes
took. It was just like really direct, straight at the basket.
our battery pack.
Everybody will have like maybe 100, 120 feet
Yeah.
approach.
But there's a disc right in front of you.
I like the sidearm play here. She left it a little bit right.
I was just like, as long as I'm really close to those palm trees, I can just tap it in from there.
Jess with her Sonic. I love that she's throwing that.
I
That's
know.
so fun. It's such
It's
a,
like the closest to like a catch and throw frisbee.
yeah,
So
it looks
fun.
like a toy frisbee. It looks
Yeah.
like one you just get from Walmart or something.
Nice.
Paige ran for the 2, but ended up being able to just tap in a relatively easy 3.
Yep, nothing exciting here.
Yeah, nobody in the field today got the birdie. Mostly pars. 69% got the par.
Yeah, I wonder if there's like a way that we could make it a little bit shorter somehow to make more separation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd like to see that. I know they do have to do a redesign on the course. They're putting in a bunch of bathrooms. The city is, so
Nice.
I think in coming years we're going to see some slight different holes.
And tee pads, hopefully.
Yes. So our final hole here, hole 18. It's a par 3, 400 feet to an elevated basket, water all over the left side, and sidewalk on the right. Couple little trees to kind of maneuver around, but typically most of the ladies are going to get up there about 320 to 350 and have a little either putt or lay up with the new pyramid basket on this hole. This is going to be hard to putt at it from too far away.
She definitely committed to that shot. It was just a little bit low.
So she kind of throws straight at it, whereas some people will throw the hyzer. Kind of, I think you're throwing the hyzer here.
Yeah, I'm not really going for anything. I just want to stay safe.
Yeah, right. At this distance, first round, it's...
Yeah, I can't reach it anyways, so...
Yeah,
there's no point.
no point in pushing your luck.
I thought Lisa's was like a little bit too close for my comfort to that water line.
Nice approach. It's always nice to have a short putt at those
Right.
elevated baskets.
That's what I felt, and this one went like a little bit farther than
Oh,
like my comfort zone.
scary putt.
I
And
mean-
is the
I mean,
fountain going
from a-
off right here? Is that
I
live?
can't remember, but I mean, at that point, I just feel like from that distance, I should be able to not have a putt. So
Yeah.
it's just kind of weird.
So I guess we missed some of the other action, but apparently everyone got a 3. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. You missed my good putt.
Oh, well, you made it, huh?
Yeah, I did,
Okay,
yeah.
just so you know, she made it.
Yep.
And here is the overall scores. We see a really tight field with all the way down to the top 17, 18. So half the field is 5 strokes from the lead.
Yeah.
So this is going to be an exciting
Yeah. The next. Yeah, definitely. You're gonna
So
see
we'll
a
be
lot
out
of
at
changes.
Fountain tomorrow, and we'll see if maybe we get a little more score separation.
Yeah, I gotta
Thanks.
play with you.
Yeah, woohoo! Thanks everybody for tuning in.